Hello and welcome to another video, and as promised, I am putting out an update video for the channel, plans for the rest of the year for the channel as well as into next year 2026, and kind of some personal and health updates for me personally on the channel, because I know it's been questioned on the podcast. I've seen a couple questions and comments in a couple videos, as well as on Twitter and stuff. So I wanted to address these things and talk about, everything that's going on with not only me and the channel and everything. So first and foremost, channel's not going anywhere. I'm not closing the channel. This will be the 8th year in March, I think, right? 8 years, 2026. Yeah. No, 9. It'll be 9 years in March. Wow, my math's terrible. Because it'll be 10 in 2027 and next year's 2026. So it'll be 9 years next year of the channel. So the channel, has been around for 9 years, which seems crazy to me. Podcast also not going anywhere else. Let's talk about some health updates with me and life updates, kind of some things that have happened behind the scenes a little bit, that I want to share. So one of the questions I got recently in an email on the podcast, like within the last, 2 or 3 episodes, was lack of content. Not in the way that the podcast, because the podcast has kind of taken off in a good way. I wouldn't say it's not like doing crazy numbers or anything like that, but it's solid and it's steady. And I have been able to really supplement my channel with content through the podcast. And the question that was asked is, why is there a lack of, your solo videos and stuff, like lack of reviews and commentary and stuff like that. I will be 100% honest, and this will get kind of into the weeds a little bit, but I think it's important. Also, kind of a PSA for anybody out there that is suffering from this or has this problem. So for the last 2 years, and you guys can probably see it on my face, I have had and been suffering from sleep apnea. As you guys can see, you could probably see horrible dark lines around my eyes. I don't get enough sleep, and it is bad, severe. I finally, and this is very stupid of me on my part, but I got hit 2 years ago, 2023, with multiple things at once. I got hit with, hey, you're diabetic now. Hey, because of your because of that, you also have high blood pressure. And oh, hey, by the way, sleep apnea, which sleep apnea is the cause of the high blood pressure for sure. And then obviously diabetes, which I've talked about that before on the channel. That was always going to hit me. My grandmother, my grandmother and my dad's side had it. My dad has it. It's always going to happen. I was hoping to push it off, into my 40s. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So, but of these 3 things, the one thing that I put on the back burner was the sleep apnea, and I severely regret that now. It's something that my fiance has pushed for a while to you need to go and get this checked out. I finally have. I finally went. I've had my, overnight sleep study, but I just had the test where you have the mask put on you. And, so now all that's left, I actually have a machine, CPAP machine, and, that was given to me, thankfully, brand new. And, now I just have to have that final consultation. I'll be on a machine, and I will tell you right now, I'm going to be a lot better, a lot more alert. And, because it went wonderfully when I had to use the machine the other night. When I went in for the second test, it was, in comparison, probably the best night of sleep I've had in 2 years. No kidding. Mine is severe sleep apnea, which makes sense. I wake up multiple times at night. And for anybody who doesn't know what it is, basically it's like an extreme version of snoring. That's actually, it sounds like you're gasping for air, because you are, because in your throat, it's basically you're not getting enough air, you're not getting enough oxygen, and it leads to be tired all the time, and that has just severely affected me behind the scenes playing games and reading. I haven't been able to read a book in 2 years. Every time I pick up a book, within 5 minutes I'm out. And gaming, that's probably the biggest one, and I've not talked about it on the channel, and I wanted to put it out there. So a lot of the reason why you've seen either a lack of content or things are taking way longer, like Death Stranding, way longer for me to review that game than it should. Yes, there is personal life, like busyness and stuff that I have going on, but a good chunk of that is related to my sleep apnea. And I will say there have been more nights that I can count where I've had a block of like 3 to 4 hours to play a game. I'm excited. I sit down. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna crush this tonight. And in 30 minutes, I am asleep. It is like 7:30. Next thing I know, I'm waking up. It's 11:30, and the night's over. Now I have to go to bed because I got to work the next day. It's terrible. It's a horrible thing. Also, it leads to you like wanting to take naps all the time, man. Like I used to really, especially like on the weekends, I used to really get a lot of stuff done, and also have a lot of time to play said games. And most weekends, like especially Sundays, I'm usually taking like a 3 to 4 hour nap just because I'm exhausted from the week. Because obviously I can't nap during the workday. So, needless to say, I say all this for 2 reasons. One, it's finally going to be improved. I'm hoping to be able to start on that machine. I'm hoping this week. I really hope. Like I went home Thursday at this past week after having that, and was actually sad because I'm like, man, I really wish I could just take that thing home and start this tonight. I didn't feel that much energy in 2 years. Like I was so alert, so awake. It was like somebody shot me up with like an insane amount of caffeine or something. Like it was incredible how much energy and how alert I was in comparison to like sounding like this, like I do right now. Also, I just woke up, to be fair, recording this video, but I say all that to say, like, if you suspect that you have this, or you have a partner or someone who's like, boy, your snoring doesn't sound normal, right? Go get it checked out. It can kill you. It's the kind of thing where you kind of laugh it off because you're like, what? Like that seems really stupid, but like it can kill you. It can lead to all sorts of crazy shit. And I regret putting this off for 2 years because I literally feel like I've lost 2 years of gaming and other things due to this. So that's my little PSA and health update for the top of this video is, yes, this is something that I have, something I'm gonna have to deal with the rest of my life, but I can at least manage it, and I will be soon. So I'm gonna be a lot more energetic. And a lot more things are gonna be accomplished on the channel. Other things that have gone on personally, I think I've mentioned this on the podcast and stuff. Got engaged in May. My fiance and I have been together for 10 years and a long time. I wanted to get engaged earlier than this 10-year mark. I was actually planning on doing it the previous year, and unfortunately at that time our previous dog started declining in health, and it wasn't going to happen. We had to be home a lot. We couldn't really go a lot of places because of it. That dog Ace passed in this past December, after a lot of health issues. But it was one of those, it was definitely time. And then also in May, got a new dog named Noodle. She is awesome, but very energetic. We did do a DNA test on her, and she does have she's mostly a beagle, but she does have, I think it was like 41%, Australian, cattle dog. So she has very high energy. So we're walking her a lot and spending a lot of time with her, but she's been awesome. And she gets along with the cats, so that's cool. that's all my personal updates. Let's dive in and get down to channel updates. What's going on with the channel, what I'm planning to do, and so on. First thing up will be October, will be Horror Fest. I'm not announcing the games here just yet that I'm going to be playing, but I know the last 2 years of Horror Fest have really been abysmal, especially last year. If you go back, like I'll say this too, as I mentioned the sleep apnea thing, if you go back to some of those live streams, like you can actually see me fighting falling asleep because of the sleep apnea. So that shouldn't be a problem this year. So I will probably be picking like 3 to 4 games. I'm still finalizing what the games are to look through and play. Again, they're going to be one-offs. I'm not going to spend an entire month playing one specific game or anything like that. That's just to play multiple things. So that'll be Horror Fest this year. It'll start in October. In fact, I should probably look because I don't even know. Let's take a look here. What is October 1st? October 1st is a Wednesday. So I will probably start it on the 5th. Actually, yeah, maybe I'll start it that Sunday, the 28th. But yeah, I'll be going through leading up to Halloween, and that'll be Horror Fest this year. So more announcements on what those games will be very, very soon. And then we'll lead after that. It'll be, podcast is still going strong. You're still going to see probably 2 to 3 clips of the podcast hit the channel throughout the week after the podcast hits, which hits every other Saturday. We are getting very close to episode 100. We've done 100 episodes of this podcast, and we do it bi-weekly. So I find that very cool. I never thought we would get to, I didn't think we'd get to episode 50, to be fair, when we started. And it's been rock solid. So obviously we've had changes with the podcast, kind of the format a little bit over the years here, but it's really been just a lot of fun to do that, and really, really helped the channel. But that nothing's changing about the podcast. It's going to stay the same. And then obviously we'll round out the end of the year here. I will do Game of the Year stuff. I always wait and do that at the end of January. And that's just so I have a chance to catch up on anything. Like this year, for example, I haven't even played Clair Obscur yet. One of the most celebrated games of the year. I plan on playing it very soon here once I finish. Right now I'm working on Mafia: The Old Country, and I'll do a quick review of that game when I'm done. But after that, my slate's kind of clean. The other big thing that I'm doing this year that I think I've talked about on the podcast, I've really cut back more and more on my purchase of games day one. Like obviously if a game comes to a service like Game Pass or something like that, cool, I'll play it there. But I've really scaled back, and just I wait for things that go on sale. Especially when we get to the fall, I pick certain games and go, okay, this will be Black Friday purchase, and I wait for Black Friday sales. And I'm doing that again this year. So that's not to say, like, there are certain titles that are coming out this fall that I will pick up and probably do reviews of. The biggest one I can think just off of the top of my head right now is Silent Hill F. I will definitely be covering that. Very excited to play that. Also, like that's a game that caters to this channel very, very well. And just I'm very excited for a brand new Silent Hill game. So, Silent Hill 2 remake was awesome and I loved it, but it was a remake. So we haven't had a new Silent Hill, like actual new Silent Hill game in quite some time. So I'm very, very excited to play that. But like, also I really want to play Chronos: The New Dawn. I'm not going to pay $70 for that when it comes out. I'll wait till Black Friday. I'm not going to Callisto Protocol myself. Let's put it that way. That's why I keep referring to it. But like, I bought that game at launch, and like within 6 months, that game's been a $10 bargain bin game. And it's not a bad game, but that's the point I'm making, is like, I just don't see the value a lot of times in buying these games day one. The only other thing really like this year that I can think off the top of my head that I will be getting like Final Fantasy Tactics right away. Very excited for that as well. I don't think I'll do a review of it. I might do first impressions. I'm actually pulling up my list here of stuff that I have reserved. Final Fantasy Tactics, that's since the end of September. Whenever Metroid Prime 4 comes out, obviously I'm going to get that. That was a big part of getting the Switch 2 was, to play that game. The only other thing I have really reserved, I have Octopath Traveler 0. I probably won't review that, though. I need to play Octopath Traveler 2. Trails of the Sky Chapter 1. The Metal Slug Tactics game, and then finally, it's not for me, it's for my fiance. She's a huge Terrifier fan, so I'm getting her the collector's edition of that Terrifier game that's coming out. I played the demo; it's fine, but maybe I'll do something with that game. We'll see. But I don't have a lot of things planned for that. We'll see. There's other bigger stuff coming out, like Ghost of Yotei is coming out. Probably not going to play that game right away. There will be other titles. I'm still waiting for Nintendo to do another direct to tell us what else they're going to put out this fall. That's kind of the one platform where it really doesn't matter when you buy the game, those aren't going to go on sale. So with those things being said, one thing that a lot of things that I want to change are not going to happen until 2026. One of the biggest things that I want to do is I want to start highlighting and covering my backlog of games. And I don't know if this is going to, help with, I don't know if it's going to bring in views or it might be a disaster. We'll see. But I have a massive backlog of games. And my plan is I want to start taking a game or two off the shelf, playing it, do a quick review of it or something to that effect. That'll be something that starts in 2026 after Game of the Year content. I'll start working on that. And then finally, I mentioned this in an update video, I think it was the end of last year, and it hasn't happened yet, but I am going to do a guitar video. And that guitar video is going to be kind of a DIY, show you how to do something, because that's a huge passion of mine. I don't even talk about it on the channel. I hemmed and hawed about making a different channel to do it, but I'm not going to manage two channels. I don't want to do that. I didn't even do that for the podcast. I just kind of threw it all on the same channel because I wanted it to be as simplistic as possible for me. I'm a very simple person. So what that video is going to be, I have a Les Paul Gold Top knockoff Firefly. It's a Firefly guitar. And I have a completely different wiring setup that I want to put in it. So I want to show how to change that out, how to solder that in, all that. I already bought a long time ago an overhead camera holder, so I can at least have an overhead shot. You can see what is going on. I have to sit down and film that video, and I'll be honest, I haven't done any kind of guitar stuff at that level in probably 6 months. And a lot of that, again, has to do with deal with the apnea stuff. So I will be shooting that at some point. I don't think I'm going to be posting that or doing that until probably sometime next year. But that'll be coming to the channel as well. So that's kind of the other big thing that's going to be happening with the channel. That'll be in 2026. And I'll do some other stuff with guitar sporadically, but my goal is that's not going to overtake what this channel is. It's just another passion of mine that I kind of wanted to bring into the fold, into the channel, and do that. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything that's going on with the channel right now, and plans for the rest of this year as well as into 2026. Like I said, the channel's not going anywhere. So, and I think it's only going to improve after this. So again, you're going to see, I don't even know what the next video is going to be. Like I said, we do the podcast every 2 weeks. I feel like we're in this really weird, and that's the other reason why content has been sporadic, is we're in this really weird era for video games where, I've penned Xbox Deadbox at this point because I just feel like that thing's over. Like as a brand, as a system, it just feels like it's dead in the water. Nobody cares. Nobody's talking about it. nobody's excited about it except for like the people that work for Microsoft. I don't know. It's such like, to me, it's such a clown show of like, nobody knows what is going on over there, and the executives kind of know, but they don't want to tell you. Like, nobody wants to come out and just say it out loud, which is like, this brand is dead, we're going third party. You have Sony on the other hand, who like, they're obviously the market leader. They're selling those systems all the time. They did just finally raise the system price due to tariffs, which I predicted was going to happen eventually, but it doesn't matter. They're still the market leader. It's just, I feel like on their end too, like, there's a lot of first party stuff that either is being pushed to PS6 or something like that. And then finally you have the Switch 2, which like, I don't think that thing set the world on fire. Like, it sold very, very well. And like, obviously Mario Kart World is cool. The Donkey Kong game seems like it's really good. I didn't get it yet. But there needs to be more. And I think that's the thing, is like, I don't see a lot of people like talking about that as frequently because there's just not enough new stuff on that platform. So we're just in a really weird time for video games, and most people that I know and talk to are playing backlogs. That's the other reason why that content's going to change on the channel, because games have gotten very expensive for what they're being offered. That's why I praise something like Mafia: The Old Country, which, while it comes in at $50 and a lot of people are using the term budget, I don't feel like that game is a budget game in that sense at all. I feel like it's a full product release from what I've played thus far. So anyways, that's the updates for the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And always, until next time.